You know, what we spend our money on as a country, as a family, as an individual, says a lot about what we care about, our priorities. Should helping a community deal with flooding be one of them? So, in the city of Hampton, Virginia, there's a historic neighborhood. It's called Aberdeen Gardens. And they say it's the only community in the country designed by a black architect, built by black laborers, specifically for African Americans back in the 1930s. Now, Aberdeen Gardens also has a flooding problem. There was hope that a recently awarded $20 million grant from the Environmental Protection Agency would help fund solutions, but now leaders of that project say the Trump administration has canceled that grant. Mary-Carson Stiff is here with us. She's executive director of Wetlands Watch, which had partnered with the city of Hampton to improve the infrastructure there in the neighborhood. Mary-Carson, thank you for being with me. This funding had been paused for some time, but now it is officially terminated. Your reaction to the reversal?
Thank you. Thanks for having me on. We're devastated by the reversal. There has been so much work over the past 4 years to actually line up projects that the community wants to see implemented in the neighborhood to reduce risk. We've been actively partnering with the civic organizations that represent the residents in the community to ensure that everything that's been proposed in the EPA grant was going to be welcomed by the community. And the grant was awarded in this past December, and everything was looking good. The community has been so excited about these resources coming in. And there was a lot of back and forth, like I think a lot of people describe right now with the administration, about it being paused and then the emergency injunction kind of unpausing. And then finally, we received a cancellation letter this past May.
You know, there are probably some people at home wondering why we're talking about a local flooding issue in a small community. And just as a few weeks ago, we talked about a community in Alabama that for years had sewage flooding into their front yards, and that was reversed because of DEI. This is now reversed, maybe for a different reason, but this is emblematic of what we're seeing in seven-figure, eight-figure projects across the country that are being reversed in the transition from one administration to another. Is it clear why this was reversed?
Well, I think we think it's clear. I mean, I think that the administration has offered no real justification other than that the project does not go along with their agenda. Their goals for the administration. But to us, they singled out all of the EPA community change grants because of their focus on underserved communities, their focus on environmental justice issues, and neighborhoods that are uniquely challenged by environmental justice issues. So to us, that's why it's been canceled. And they can waver all they want in terms of the reasoning that they send in a stock email to the grantees. But what we're really talking about is that they don't want to fund communities that are of most need.
I pointed out earlier that this is the only of those New Deal communities, the resettlements of the 1930s, that was designed by, built by, and built for Black families. And so as this flooding continues and the damage compounds, what does the country lose more than just Aberdeen Gardens with the problems continuing?
So one of the things that we've been really proud about working with the community leaders in Aberdeen Gardens is this community-led approach. So when it comes to climate change impacts, all the impacts are felt at the parcel level. They're felt by individuals like you and me, like communities where people can't access their front door because the streets are impassable, because the stormwater pipes are designed too small to accommodate this increase of rainfall. In Virginia, it's at about an 18% average increase in rainfall intensity, duration, and frequency since 2006. They also are having residents are having issues with erosion of their property along a creek that runs through the community. This erosion of land, which is really land loss, your private property is being lost due to sea level rise. And in coastal Virginia, we have the highest rate of relative sea level rise on the East Coast.
Yeah.
So these two climate issues are felt by people in their yards. And this project was all about making sure that designs and then eventual grant applications to do projects were what the community wanted. And they actually voted on which projects they wanted the most to address their specific challenges. And so everybody dealing with climate change everywhere is going to do neighborhood scale projects just like this.
Yeah.
And whether they're funded by the federal government, funded by the local government, funded by the state, or private foundations, which we really need to step in, they're going to need to make sure the community actually wants this stuff done. And our project was led by the community, and we just need to do it more like that.
Mary-Carson Stiff, thank you so much for being with us. We'll be right back with Art is Life.